All right, we are live. Hello and welcome, whoever tunes in now or in the future. We've got a brand new seed for a review from ph112358's. It's an AD Keysanity, and I got a co-host. Telethar is here, a professional Keysanity router. How's it going, Telethar?
Hello, good morning. Maybe.
Good morning.
Good afternoon, good night for, you probably. Yeah, it's exciting. I watched the previous one. It was really good between you and Aries, so now I'm here.
And now you're here. Any starting words before we get going?
So this is open boots.
I believe so. Open boots.
What do you think about Sank versus Uncle?
Oh yeah, that's a good place to start. Sank versus Uncle.
Saha.
Like I really like the opening of going to Sank when you start boots in open.
Interesting. So first off, what do you think about Saha, which is sort of like the...
No, but did I say Uncle? I meant Saha.
You said Sank.
I don't know what I said. I meant start Link's house and go to Sahasrara. That's what I meant.
Why do you like that over Uncle? I mean, it's one more item. Is that why?
It's just unusual, I guess, to do that. And you can actually do this when you have starting boots, right? You don't need bombs, and that way you never need to orphan them, I think.
Yeah, but I mean, you can also do Uncle, right?
We can also do Uncle. Classic. Or, well, the third route is just, Link's house. Do you scout Lumberjack?
I mean, I think in Fad Keys you always scout Lumberjack, and in non-Fad Keys you don't ever scout Lumberjack.
Yeah.
In AD Keys. Like, the game screams at you when it's time to do Castle Tower anyway.
Yeah, that's what I would say. In Fad Keys, in starting boots, you definitely scout Lumberjack going up there.
Yeah, I think Saha is fine. I think I'd prefer Uncle just because, like, either way you're orphaning something. Either you're orphaning Eastern or you're orphaning Front of Escape.
Mm-hmm.
But, like...
I guess orphaning in Escape is a better thing to do, since right now only one thing in Escape is in Logic, while 3 things in Eastern is in Logic.
Yeah, that's sort of what I think. Like, if you're going to follow Saha into Eastern, then maybe, but that just feels premature on 0 items. So I like to go do Uncle start. I mean, the other option is to do neither, to go to Sank. But the concern is, like, you're leaving Uncle behind for, like, 4, 5, 6 minutes. And, what if a flute's there? What if a bottle's there? What if bombs are there? You're just...
Yeah, Uncle
makes your life so much better when you just go there first and get something.
You're absolutely right. Like, if I like going to, like, in my mind, I like starting Lost Woods, like in general, and then you do Uncle with my first Link's house start. But if I don't do it the first thing in the seed, I just convince myself that I'm not going there.
Yeah.
So, like, I'm starting to go with you. Like, oh yeah, Uncle start. Let's reinvigorate this route. Dirty Uncle.
2017 meta, yeah.
Yeah.
It's back.
I'm starting to feel it.
I like it. But go underway. See where PH takes us.
Nice flips. Okay.
There we go. And we start in Sank.
Yeah. We have a flippers, apparently. It's a little more attractive to go scout if you're coming up here for bonk rocks. But
well, now I can see a world where someone
Great as
save
well.
scums the flippers to do a houlihan.
No. You can do it without safe. Like, you don't need to. You have boots.
Yeah. You can also not do houlihan.
Well, yeah, but if you feel the need to houlihan, you can just. You have boots.
Mm. You should learn that setup, is what you mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, we got boots on Lumberjack. PH
Do a
is
nice double take.
super happy about that. Yeah. And I believe we. What do you feel about getting 2 tiers triple by over? Like, you spend some time farming here, even though you have bombs.
Yeah, like, this is way too much time in my opinion because you have boots. Like,
Okay, and you already got bombs.
yeah, like, I don't even know if I would have gotten the first pair of bombs, but like, especially with those bombs, like, what are you really hoping to get? $80, I guess.
He got a full magic refill for his spear now, so I think that worked out nicely. Now we don't have to worry about Moldorms. But like, I get what I'm saying. You're saying like you don't scout Lumberjack. You get the first bombs from the one crab and use golden.
Hyrule Castle Key is definitely yelling at you to go do escape. We did not do the tree pull. Or did we do it before going in?
No.
Okay.
Okay, so if you spend...
Yeah, you can get the bombs from the bonk rock there with boots. So like, I don't know. We're getting into Kakariko at 2:30. It feels like a lot of time.
That's right.
For some resources and a scout of Lumberjack.
Mm.
Which,
And
you'll need to do anyway once you can, and you know when you can. Like, man.
Yeah, and it's a minor nitpick by me here is in this room. You go like so. If you push this block first, and then enter like the puzzle area on the right side, that's about half a second faster. Or less than half a second, but it is faster. You sort of step right here, like a couple of frames. You sort of have to practice that, and then you can place the bomb on the side, and then you just go straight down.
Would it be faster to go straight down, like cancel stair lag, go straight down, and then throw the bomb up from?
No, throwing the bomb costs too much time. You have to step like it's very few pixels to the right.
Yeah.
And then
just diagonal down left.
Yeah, and if you have mirror, you block delete this block, and then you don't have to block delete this area at all. And you save a second in this whole room.
Taking notes.
Minor nitpick by me. People should have learned by now. I post my GIF once a year in main. We got a big key to
pod.
Alright, pod.
Yeah, I mean, this is Kakariko, so we'll walk through it and see what we get. There's not really decisions to be made.
No. Let's see if we can speed it up a little bit here. 1.5 for now.
Yeah. He couldn't cancel that dash because it's just going too fast.
Do you start thinking about Sora money already? Okay.
Bottle vendor? I think this is fine.
Yeah, you were just one revisit to Cackwell.
Yeah.
I guess that's fine. Do you start thinking about Sora? Was my thinking here already with early flippers and no money? Do you? Nah.
I mean, you do, but you don't. Like, what are you gonna do about it?
Think about it.
Feel bad that you don't have the money.
Pretty much, I guess.
Like, you do think about it in the sense that this disincentivizes me to go to do Mini Moldorm Cave a bit. As in, like, I probably will be going to escape before Mini Moldorm Cave. Maybe I'll get some money before I go do Ice Ride Cave into water checks, but like, maybe. I'm also more prone to just go to Hobo and then call it good with my water walk, especially because my water walk won't last all the way to Zora anyway.
Speaking of Sora money.
Yeah.
Alright, so now I think it's a good time to talk about Silver Ceiling's house. What do we do now? Like, there's a few routes. Like, with early flippers, I feel you can actually do Mini Moldorm into Dam into Agina as a route. Because afterwards you can do Hobo into Ice Road Cave into the Whirlpool.
Yeah, I don't know if I really like that with the boots, because I feel like Mini Moldorm into Ice Ride Cave into Hobo is nicer. Just because the water walk doesn't actually do you any good out of Ice Rod Cave. Like, I don't even think necessarily you need to do Zora with the Hobo trip. Like, swimming to Zora doesn't feel that bad. But you could run to Hobo, and that's nice. But I know what I'm doing right here is going through Escape.
Exactly.
Small key.
Yeah, so going to Escape, how many items do we have here? We have 4 in Logic, and then 4 more out of Logic that you'll never skip in a seed like this.
5 in Logic.
5 in Logic. Yeah, okay. 5 plus 4. Yeah, you're right. That's just a... But then you have to be comfortable with the dark rooms here, right?
Yeah, but you have Berna.
You do have Berna.
Like, you just dash through it and things die in your wake.
If you don't have Berna here, are you comfortable enough on 4 heart Escape?
The questionable part is going to be the bombs to do the rat kill, and that sounds awful.
Yeah, the key rats with bombs in the dark is a big question mark.
But I think I'm still doing it and just skipping the dark rooms, because you can always just do the key rat from behind once you get glove, which is likely.
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah.
But that I could respect someone not choosing that if you don't have a Berna loadout. But I feel like with Berna in hand, like, you just go do Escape. But we are going south.
So let's change the playback to like 1 point. Wait, what? Oh.
You need to have a...
I need to have a shortcut.
Keybind for this. Yeah.
I feel like 1.2 might be okay.
Seems fine, yeah. Ooh, big 5 rupees. Gotta grab those. No.
Nope.
Alright, I don't mind Dam into Agina.
If this was an open seed, Agina is much more skippable.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you scout Desert Ledge? I think we talked about this with Aeror yesterday, and he always does.
Yeah.
With boots, at least.
He said he does. He always doesn't, but he gets punished for it.
All right. Yeah.
Yeah, I've started to do it with boots. It feels okay, but I think it's kind of whatever. Like, think I'm more more interested in doing it in, say, like cross keys, but like in this mode, like how many items that are there like really dictate how quickly you're rushing desert with the book. Because once you have the flute and the mirror, you're like, yeah, okay, I'm gonna go to the mire area and I'm gonna check that out and I'm gonna mirror there. Like that seems almost instant. Like, so like unless like mirror is sitting up there, you're not really getting punished, I feel like. But what about you?
If I scout Desert Ledge,
Yeah.
I generally don't. Maybe if I have boots in AD keys, basically.
Yeah.
So like PH decided to do none of our suggestions, or
Yeah.
I'm gonna assume like the lack of money detracts from the south route, and the lack of weapons detracts from Higher Castle, and that's why he's in Saha right now.
Yeah, I really don't like this. I feel like you don't need to do Zora area with Ice Rod Cave when you have flippers. So like I would rather have seen Mini Moldorm Cave, Ice Rod Cave, Hobo, call it good there. That is a single route if you don't get the money for Zora.
Yeah, because right now we're orphaning. Okay, I guess we're going into Eastern, so we like guaranteeing a double dip of Eastern because we don't want to orphan one check in Zora.
Right, but yeah, but
basically,
you don't even need to necessarily.
Yeah, you might not even need to. Yeah.
But if you do decide to extend this route over to Zora, then yeah, you're orphaning one check, and so instead you're orphaning 2 checks in Eastern.
Yeah, exactly. So you overvaluing the risk of orphaning Zora by, because you don't consider, like I assume, you don't consider the risk of double dipping Eastern.
Right, but there's also the risk of triple dipping Eastern here.
Oh, yeah. No, if you find the big key after your first dip, you use last location that.
Right,
check.
But like you could also last locate Zora in that case. Like,
yeah,
you're already guaranteeing that you're orphaning a check, and you're guaranteeing a double dip, and you might be orphaning a check. Like this is only, it's one check regardless that you're potentially screwing yourself on. It's just a question of if it's gonna block you in Eastern from getting the big key or not. This just feels not great.
Yeah, especially since Saha had nothing now as well. It's
I do think once you've committed to Saha, you probably do continue this route, but I just think this was
absolutely
this beginning this route this way is the wrong, like it's too much fear in your heart.
Yeah,
you're playing rando, like you want to minimize risk, but full clearing the game is not minimizing risk. Like that is risk in itself.
No, exactly. I think that's a common misjudgment, that you want to minimize risk, but you don't realize that every play you do bears some risk. It's just weighing different risks against each other in different scenarios. That is the hard part.
Yeah, I completely agree. It's everything is risky. Like checking that house in Link's, checking the chest in Link's house, risky. Just not very, but it still has risk. If you play it against a copy of yourself and they skip that chest and it has nothing in it, you've lost.
Okay. So we find a glove, and we continue doing to my favorite skip, the key chest.
Would you skip it here?
Probably, yeah. After finding glove.
If you do decide to skip it here, do you ever do it? Like before last locating it?
If I have lamp, and when I have the big key to Eastern, lamp, and bow. You know, at
You
least that's
locate it with lamp only, but thus granting us the legendary quadruple dip of Eastern.
yes. Oh my goodness, the big key to Thieves Town.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like lamp usually will just show up, and
Yeah, like I would.
I don't like skipping it because it's too early
Mm,
in AD keys.
yeah, but I wouldn't be in there in this seed right now. So it's hard to know what I would do in that case if the reasons we're there are.
No.
Oh my goodness. Wait, so this has implications. No, it doesn't. The glove is available.
The glove was in logic.
Yeah. So we got glove, Eastern big, and lamp. Okay.
Yeah, I was gonna ask if you do Dark Cross here, but then you just get the Thieves Town or the lamp, and now
it's free.
Sure.
And then you don't have the death warp in B and C shell in Celacel.
Yeah.
Right? They're pretty easy. It worked out really nicely for PH right now.
Yeah, I'm sad that it worked out so nicely.
But this is why these reviews are so good. Like with no knowledge, like we can be very confident that the play is not the best, but sometimes it pays out anyway.
Yeah.
And maybe the Eastern big is just in Moldon, you know? You don't know.
Yeah, this is hula-hanning, which I really don't like here. You're ensuring that you have cash for Zora plus the rest of the seed, which is nice, but
we should measure this time. So starting Sank.
Yeah, from the save and quit. 13-0.
So from
when he could select Link's house, basically, I guess.
Yeah. 1306. To the dash out here, I guess.
Yeah.
Somewhere around there.
Yeah, because I mean you'll need to exit Link's house anyway on the normal.
So
time.
it's about 35 seconds that you commit.
Well, more now.
Oh, okay, we got the extra hearts. All right. Well, that's a separate category. I understand the hearts. No weapons, South Shore.
But I mean, it's not a separate category if you're going to get them, right? That's still part of the cost. You do.
Then yeah, right. You had to go back.
You do need to bomb yourself to do that.
Yeah. Yeah. So that was like we did a heart refill. And that's like 40 seconds of time is gone.
Yeah.
And we probably is gonna
get money here.
Oh yeah. See, you were so close. You were at 431. Worst case scenario, you can farm 20 rupee cave, or use Orphan Sora.
I mean, I still think that you just don't check that area at all.
Oh, you save and quit at Hobo if you don't have the money.
Yeah. Like you're not getting a water walk to Zora, so like how much time does it save to swim from Hobo versus swimming from Link's house?
That's fair. Yeah.
But I mean, now that we have the money, we're just gonna do Zora area, right? There's no decision point. And then I guess if we don't get progression here, we're going to Front of Escape for We have to decide between sick kid and 2 checks on the mountain.
Well, surely you don't check sick kid.
I mean, there would only be 3 checks at that point. Like,
I feel
what's
like sick kid is like a quarter of a check. Because there's 4 bottles in the game. The odds are just high that you got a random bottle that was placed at the end. And it doesn't mean anything. It's the way I think about Zip Kid, and that's why I check him last.
That's interesting, yeah. I mean, that's not...
It's sort of the reverse logic of, like, the more swords you have, the more in logic Aga is.
I was gonna think the reverse logic of, like, the shovel or the mushroom being valuable, but sure.
Okay, so you just got the book from Waterfall Ferry. Do you go to desert?
I'm still going to escape here.
Yeah, I hope you're going to escape here. I really hope we are. Okay, good.
Yeah, I think this has been overdue.
In desert, like, because we even scouted the ledge, there's 1 check. No, 2 checks we can do. That's just... Ugh.
Okay, what are we doing?
What are... We're checking the stun price. Okay.
Do that inside the Uncle Cave.
Yeah, check the stun price in the Uncle Cave.
Like, these little resource farms really add up in time.
They really do, don't they? Early on, you feel like you got, you got plenty of time to play the game. You don't have to be efficient at all.
Yeah.
I think that's some sort of fallacy that we all, at least I have to work with that, and like, no, I have to play like it's the end game from the start. Like, if you're in tournament mode, like, you have no time to farm bombs for 20 seconds.
Yeah, 20 seconds of farming time early, that's still 20 seconds later.
Exactly.
Same thing with going into a shop,
Yeah, you gotta avoid that shit. Wait, which key did we find?
A map to Eastern. The key we found was the Hyrule Castle
that makes sense.
Key. Off the guard.
We got so there's a really good bomb strat here that I made up. But we used the cane, that's fine.
Key to pod? So far, nothing that's doing anything for us immediately. So, I mean, maybe we're going to desert.
After this, if Telethar is nothing, I'm just rescuing the old man.
Yeah, I think desert's more likely to have progression, but the old man is like significantly less investment.
Well,
So
now
that's something, but not anything. They opened up no check, so I'm still rescuing the old man here.
So if you think about this, if we had done your route, Hyrule Castle first, then South Shore. So in your scenario, you still haven't checked Saha and Easton. Do you do that before the mountain, or how do you
don't
route
have
this?
a mountain. You don't have the glove out of Eastern.
You don't have the glove after Eden. That's right. Do you?
So you're looking at 2 items in desert versus 7 items in Saha Eastern.
So you go in there, and you have the lamps. You even check big key chests for sure.
Yeah, but your lamp is not in logic.
Until you find the glove in Eastern.
Yeah. So I guess you do check it, because by that it's in logic just in time to not dissuade you.
And by then there's so few checks left. Like
Ooh.
if you check east and last, and was that a desert small and sick kid that I
That
would
is
say
a desert small and sick kid.
I would last locate? I might have done it before desert check.
Yeah, so the thing is, like, your logic of, you know, the bottle just like that holds less actual, like, realistically, probability wise, it holds less value once you're, you know, last locating between 3 checks and one of them is sick kid.
No, I totally get that. That's fair.
I wonder how much time sick kid into old man is. Like, how much time that would save versus just old man and then save and quit the sank and then do sick kid. Like, doing them as 2 separate trips completely from a start point.
Yeah, backtracking from sick kid is probably slower than a saving quit to sank.
It might be, yeah.
I would say.
I think the big downside of that, of going this way, is if there was a moon pearl up here, then like the sick kid check feels real bad. Like, even if it's of value.
That's what I mean. Like, if saving quitting in sick kid's house and then start at sank to go up the mountain is faster than running from sick kid, then you definitely do the mountain first.
Yeah.
Yeah, for the reasons you said.
Then the risk you're creating is if Mir is on sick kid for Hera into East Death Mountain access, but Old Man start is not too bad for, like, you have an extra West Death Mountain climb and you're on your risk factor there, and this is like, I mean, yeah, it sucks, but feels like the lesser of bad options. So, had we not scouted, do you think that would have changed when you went to desert? Perhaps before sick kid?
I'm not sure.
If you didn't scout the desert ledge, there's an extra item, so it's a 3-item desert instead of 2.
I'd like to think I checked sick kid off the mountain. It's because I don't trust the book in general, and because there's so many things in here, you orphan, and
it would not have mattered. That is very surprising, actually.
I'm not surprised because, like I said, the bottles don't matter.
Yeah, roger that. Understood.
Unless you find a big key right now.
Which I feel like is honestly pretty likely as big key vanilla on.
Because we got the map.
Yeah.
Okay, we got a hook shot instead. Everybody loses.
Up the mountain we go.
I'm still convinced, or half convinced, that bottle into desert small key was just a fluke.
It certainly wasn't placed there with intention. There's no
random god.
Well, there's no logical item, like no items on the logical side of desert, and we don't have the big key yet, so.
Alright, so now
there's literally only this option. Like, well,
there's one option here. You could do Spiral Cave before Hera, but I don't think that's defensible. You can even beat Moldorm.
Yeah, I mean, you can beat Moldorm. You can also skip. You have an option of skipping the Compass Chest in Hera, but suddenly these options are dwindling.
Oh, you got the big key to Hera. Now it's easy to use the Hera first.
Yeah, just do Hera into Spiral Cave and then you're done. You found progression somewhere in that.
You're only punished if Hera Small is in Spiral Cave. something. Yeah. Like I guess you're gonna find a moon pearl probably, and then you.
If the moon pearl is in Spiral Cave, then you are orphaning a very attractive looking spike cave. I mean, not orphaning, but like you're gonna have to do it from Old Man Save and Quit, which sucks.
But because you do check Spiral Cave first, since it takes longer to go back to. That's a pod small on Ether.
Yeah.
Oh, hello Jerash, welcome to the review. Do you pick up the map?
100%. I love the maps. You need to know when our items are in logic.
That actually mattered in the seed we reviewed yesterday.
It didn't matter, but...
It didn't matter, but it mattered.
It was funny. Right.
Alright, so
Speed Herapod is impossible.
I can only do hook speed Herapod buffered.
I've tried it. I just don't get it. Doesn't work for me. My brain doesn't work. I don't know. So I just don't. I just use a bomb. It's fast. It's faster.
What if you don't have bombs?
Then you go get a bomb.
What if you can't have a bomb?
No one plays in a mode that doesn't have bombs. There's a bomb just upstairs on the pot. You can just grab that.
Okay. If you just go up, if you have to go up for bomb, you just continue.
Yeah. Maybe.
All right. So, what do you do in a dark world once we get the moon pearl here in Hera or Spiral Cave?
Well, that's a question. If you get it in Hera, I think I'm going straight into Spike Cave.
You think Spike Cave is more value than Spiral Cave?
Spike Cave. Right now, I'm doing Spike. You look at our loadout. What's that burner there for? It's just.
No, you're right. It's a very attractive option. And you just got a magic refill.
And you're gonna get another one from Thieves Town.
Because we have Thieves big, but not small.
Yeah. Yeah, I think waiting for that small is a mistake.
I think trying to wait for it a little bit is fine. Like it depends, right?
I don't know. The thing
rushing
is, like,
it without checking Sea House is dumb.
Yeah, I mean the thing is like, it's like a 30-second check, or like 25-second check. Even like, because you maybe it's a little less, but you have to go screen transition, lift up the and then you have to go over the conveyor instead of just going up through the lifted up rock. Like, it costs you time even when you have the key, and unless it has progression, then you know. And I feel like more often than not, your progression is gonna just be somewhere else. You just wasted time waiting for it to double dip Thieves Town to spend more time getting the big chest.
No, I agree. Like, you just burned me with that big chest already.
But I mean, obviously, if it has progression, you suffer for being greedy.
Oh yeah.
But
you just have to be aware of the risk, and that the risk is lower than you think.
Yeah, I do think it is lower.
So
like the difference is like Ice Palace Big Key, which like only locks that one chest and the boss. Like the Thieves Town Small is there to lock the boss and the attic and the big chest. And so it's just like, it feels like that Thieves Town key, when it shows up, if it shows up, it's more meant for, it's less likely to be meant for that big chest.
Right. That's a fair one. It's also faster to get to Thieves Town big chest than to Ice Palace big chests. Or maybe that's just me talking out of my ass. I don't know.
I think true, but also don't know.
So if you talk routing here, we appear to be going for Hype Cave.
Yeah.
And well, let's start there. Do you rush Hype Cave? I feel that's fair.
I think it's fair. I actually am a big fan of just. I again would just start in not Vu. I would do front of skull with the 2 keys. It's really quick to do.
Yeah, that's a good
Probably
point.
You probably do big key chest as well since you have Samaria, but defensible to skip that or delay that. And then over to Vu and then just go do a south route because you don't have the mirror to do north Dark World. You don't have the cape. Like, you don't really want to be there. In general, it's just like, where are you going out of Hype Cave is the question. Because if you go left, that's 2 slow checks. You're orphaning a bunch of mirror stuff, and then you save and quit and have to go somewhere else. If you go Pyramid Catfish, that's 2 slow checks. Congratulations. Like, that just feels bad to do them, but maybe you're gonna end up needing to do them anyway. And if you go over to Pod, that's 2 key Pod, which just feels like you could wait a little bit longer, maybe.
Yeah, we don't have a bow yet for Pod, and only 2 keys.
But we do have a bottle, so.
Yeah, but it's not like, oh, there's some logical things happening. It's just we can do stuff, but not enough.
Yeah, I think honestly, I mean, so I would have done Spike first instead of Spiral, but I still would have gone Spike here out of the save and quit. Like, I think that it's the thing you can do that doesn't leave anything behind, and it gives you a little more knowledge on where to go next, potentially.
I think that's a good point that we should always emphasize again and again. Like, checking that here doesn't leave anything behind. Everything else we do or can do leaves things behind, except maybe Hype, if you save and quit in Hype Cave.
Yeah.
But then you wasted a Dark World entrance.
Yeah.
And I mean, I assume you're talking Keysanity here. Like, if this was an open mode, you wouldn't rush Hype. You wouldn't rush Spike Cave here.
I mean, yeah, well,
maybe.
I don't know. I mean, I certainly would want to be in Thieves Town in an open mode, Thieves Town. So yeah, probably there. But like, I still think we're gonna have progression in Spike Cave.
So I'm gonna bet that PH is gonna go, if it does the normal route that people do, Hype, stump your dig game, and then save and quit.
Yeah.
Which starting to feel more and more bad, honestly, the more I play AD Keys, or in general.
You're making Cave 45 and the Smith chain all worse.
Exactly. Without the mirror.
Alright.
Okay, so we get Thieves Town small key in here. Do you immediately save and quit and do Thieves Town?
Yeah. Because like we were saying, you don't have anything to do in North Dark World, so like, what are you doing out? Like, let's just think about where you're going out of these 2 checks. We can run to them while we talk about this, but like, you're gonna do these 2 checks, and then what? Then you're gonna go into the Vu portal and Thieves Town into Skull Woods, probably.
The benefit of doing the game and stump is that you can do, Thieves Town into North.
Right, but what is North here? North is Skull Woods, and that's it.
Yeah, you can save and quit in Skull Woods. Maybe you get some stuff.
Saves you the trip out of Skull Woods to Vu from the portal, but you don't have a sword, so like, you're going in, you're doing the hammer glove portal without a sword. Are you going to Vu first anyway? Like, that's horrible.
Yeah, so this route would be more worth it if you had a fire rod and a sword, so you could do Thieves Town into moth and saving quit in the back, maybe.
Yeah,
or
no,
if
for sure.
obviously if you had a mirror, it would also be better. But
Right.
like different equipments makes this route different. I guess.
So, some small changes in equipment changes the valuation of this route. Yeah.
Mm.
The things you might not think about, like this lack of a sword makes getting out from here, going to Vu first, horrible. So like the advantage you
Oh no! What are we doing, PH? Oh no!
checking the goal.
That doesn't mean anything.
No, that means I'm never doing left side mire.
So in Keysanity, I am never checking ped. Like in AD Keysanity, like I'm gonna get the 3 pendants anyway. I'm not gonna spend 30 seconds checking if there's a small key to TR there. Like, it's just whatever.
And so yeah, we are going to Skullwoods anyway first, which means that like, and that makes sense because we don't have a sword, and getting out into going into Vu without a sword is actually the worst experience of your life.
But yeah, so this sort of negates the possibility here to do Vu into north, because you do north first.
Yeah.
And yeah, it would have been much better to just saving quit in Hype Cave, or not do Hype Cave first.
Yeah, I mean, not do Hype Cave first, then you're nervous for the rest of the seed about Thieves Town Big Chest, which is totally obtainable, but...
And your opponent probably got that first, you know? It's like, I would say 50-50 that your opponent did Hype first.
Yeah.
So...
Yeah, before the back of Thieves Town, it's probably more than 50-50. Like, I feel like a lot of people would also just leave Thieves Town, leave the back of Thieves, and come back later for it.
Also, hello, Plasma Snake. And, oh, nice mirror in Skull. So, going here first would have been a huge boon, I think.
Now, do you go right here, or do you just go straight to Thieves?
I think that's worth of thinking. So, we talked about this yesterday, and Ares' thinking was that he doesn't want to do Bumper, Gravel Edge, King's Tomb if he doesn't have mitts. If he has other good stuff to do. Because if you have mitts, you can save a mirror transition. We don't even have cape here, so it's just 2 checks. And if you do it now, like, we're gonna continue to checking mushroom and catfish in this run, I guess.
Yeah, so there's a lot of interesting things here. So like, if you're going here now, you maybe continue to do mushroom catfish, which makes pyramid worse. If you go to Vuv now, you have the option of fake powdering. I don't know if you want to take it. But that's ending you in Swamp, which the risk you're running there is if mitts are in one of these checks that you're heading towards going east, that's really making Smith Chain an impossibility. So,
is there a case for...
but I think that, like, because you could just go pyramid, hook over, and get these 2 checks, and then do mushroom catfish as a separate thing from Link's house. I feel like I don't like this.
Yeah, we got, so to remind ourselves, we got 11 checks here in Vu. That's a lot of checks.
Yeah,
and...
but I mean, I don't even think you call it 11, right? Because like, what are you doing after Vu? I feel like you're going south to Swamp.
So going south, I mean that's 1 checking K45 into Swamp.
Yeah.
which you can get everything except one thing in.
Yeah.
I think that's fair. Because you're not really going north route after Wu, are you?
Or maybe swamp into Cape 45, but I'm unsure which the right option there is. Yeah, no, I don't think you're going north after Vu. Especially because after swamp, you could continue this route and go north to Pyramid, Graveyard Ledge, consume mushroom, catfish.
Yeah. Like the thing like we can find on this north route, if PH continues, I guess if he finds myths, he can just do Wu's mid chain into swamp and be efficient. But or find flute, I guess, and activate it with a Wu.
Yeah.
But is there anything else?
I mean, swamp big.
And the other way around then, if we delay this north route, we can do it more efficiently if you have cape or if you have mitts.
Yeah. What I'm suggesting though does orphan bumper completely. So if you go south to swamp, then you go up to pyramid, cook over, grab those two, then go to catfish. Like you've just completely orphaned graveyard ledge, or not graveyard, bumper.
Yeah. And I'm fine with that.
Yeah.
If you find
Bumper
cape,
sucks.
just go to bumper ledge, I guess, if you're out of bad checks or if you are out of good checks.
Yeah. Bumper sucks. He never has anything good.
Relief.
Validated.
So, do you think PH continues to mushroom and catfish here? You sort of have to. Like, if
I
you
don't
take
think he does, but I do think you should here. Like once you've committed this. Miss the free quick warp. No.
Oh no. Yeah, I think so you do.
Do you think PH does?
Yeah. He found a mushroom in Skullwoods.
Okay.
It's on his mind now. Like, that's why we're here, I think. I don't think he would have gone here if he hadn't found the mushroom.
Alright, we'll find out.
And now desert right side is more logic. I forgot how to go this way. Yeah. Oh, no, okay. PH is making a liar out of me.
I knew it. So like...
Okay, so the upshot with that is you're not orphaning Pyramid. Like, you're making a route there for you later to go to Catfish through Pyramid.
Yeah.
I guess.
Yeah, but like...
I
feel like you could have had a quicker route by just not doing those two checks, and the chance of it being something which makes what you're going to do better seems low.
Exactly. Like, I think that's the thinking we need to have, that we're not avoiding a full clear, we're just waiting with the full clear until a better opportunity. It was the same thinking yesterday. Like, why don't we do Graveyard Ledge if we're gonna full clear the game anyway? But it's probably gonna be better later.
Yeah. I mean, like, especially with the current equipment, right? Like, we already had full equipment to do Graveyard Ledge with Pyramid. If you're missing the hook shot or the flippers, you don't want to current jump back or something like that, that makes more sense. But here we have everything to do, just go do it faster than what we did.
Yeah.
And it just would have needed to be something that makes your current route better, which would have just been mitts or swamp big.
In those two checks. compared to
in those 2 checks.
the other, I don't know, 20 checks we could do. No, even more, 30.
21? Oh, that we can do, yeah. I was thinking 21 in just Vu K45 Swamp
Yeah, that's a lot of checks.
and into Bombo's tablet, because we'll probably get a sword in the next 21 checks.
Yeah. Nothing in here so far. We got the Tiara Small, and I think that's
and
it.
the TR Compass.
Oh yeah, that's important.
Yeah.
Oh, here we go. Well, Meyer Big doesn't do anything.
Nope. It is nice to have. So this is the big drum roll check.
Oh my goodness.
Pain.
So Telethar is last locationing mids in this seed.
In ruins, yeah.
Which is not the worst. There's worse things to last locate in Thieves on Big Chest.
That's true. Could have been a castle tower smaller and ice rod. That would have been ruinous.
Mm. It's pretty funny.
That is good.
That means they can't be in swamp.
That's true.
Alright, so we should try and like while we continue watching this, like try and hypothesize what a last location route to myths looks like. How punished do you get? And is it that bad?
So I mean, we'll see what other progression we get, but there's not going to be that much that it really unlocks. So the big things that you're going to get punished with. On the other hand,
Skull big. Alright, see ya, Skullwoods.
Yeah, apparently. So we're going to go do Smith Chain here. That seems reasonable.
And we didn't hand a mushroom in, so I guess we could fake powder here. Like in AD Keysanity, it almost makes sense in this very specific scenario. You're not gonna need magic in the swamp anyway.
The only downside is you have Burna to spend your magic with.
You can spam lamp while walking. It's not too bad.
You're not really walking very much though.
No. We forgot something?
Yeah, the smith.
We're spamming lamp. So we should measure here how long this takes to do.
What's happening?
45. I think we started this journey on 45:10-ish. Because it's not a free check.
No, but I mean, how much? How do I put this? How much is it really costing you relative to a to doing the check normally?
Well, sometimes you never do the check.
Yeah,
right.
That's true.
Right, so it costs
TR small key.
It costs 50 seconds in this instance to do that check.
Yeah.
We got value out of it. I just think it's good to know, like in other scenarios, if you're thinking about fake powdering, it's gonna cost you at least 50 seconds to do.
I think that it could have been a lot faster here. He got kind of lost in the menus and such, but
yeah, but not everyone plays perfectly. And there's a third tier small. So, anyway, we're moving on to Swamp now.
here we get to save time by checking Bombo's tablet without a sword, or without 2 swords.
Yeah, I'm wondering about that. Like,
I'm actually happy to check it without the sword.
for that reason, because you save 5 seconds or something by not getting an item.
I feel like the chance of it actually being valuable is worth the extra mirror transition on the case where it's valuable.
And it was nothing.
Like I care less about it with Ether tablet, but with a Bombos tablet, it's like, man, this takes so long.
Alright, so the big question, the big L, the big left side swamp.
I'm doing left side here. You're still missing both rods.
When would you
all your
not
medallions.
do left side swamp? Is a question.
If I'm in GT mode, I'm definitely not doing it.
Yeah. And
unless
GT
you're in,
mode,
like a really rough GT mode, like you have nothing for TR, but you're in GT mode.
and for those who don't know, like a GT mode is when you can clear every crystal dungeon, but you're still missing like Castle Tower Small and maybe something for a pendant dungeon. Or is that how you define it as well?
Yeah.
Because then we used rushing GT because it's probably there.
Yeah, and I'm actually even more inclined to skip left side swamp when I'm in illogical GT mode.
Oh, because then the logic for GT is used in left side swamp, probably.
Potentially, yeah.
And we're always illogical GT mode in this mode because we never have all maps and compasses.
Yes. But I mean, I meant keys because no one's tracking the maps and compasses, but yes. Or more importantly, because we're skipping the maps and compasses when they're inconvenient, and that means we never have any clue what our map compass status is.
Yeah. Did that explode?
Yeah.
It's just the increased speed confused me. And we're doing a bomb diver down.
We have no magic.
Because we have no magic. Magic Path comes back to make fools of us again. Even though he gave us the TR small. Hook clip here? Yes or nay?
Nay.
You can save like a frame or two if you're not messing it up.
That's good knowledge.
It's actually worth more practicing to do a quick block push. Practice that movement than to do the swag clip. Because people usually push those blocks too long before they change direction.
I feel like the statement of it's worth more is weird.
Okay, moving on.
That's assuming you're at a very specific point in your execution lifetime.
Like if you're choosing between practicing the hook clip or practicing just doing that room fast, that you shouldn't do the hook clip. We got a pod small. We're at 3.
Yeah. You considering pod before any of your other options?
Well, we did find bombers.
Yeah.
So
I know
now
where I'm going next.
we have Ice Palace Big and King of Samaria. I don't think there's any reason to not do Ice Palace right now.
I mean, the reason to not do ice palace right now is your fighter sword without the fire rod. Like I think there is a you got to get good argument.
That is an execution reason, yes.
But it is not going to be easy.
We do have 3 bottles, and I don't know what's in them.
Red goo, and junk, I believe. But
Yeah, okay,
I'm not positive.
That's fine.
Yeah,
we can
we
hammer
have red
away.
mail, and we have like 8 hearts. Or like you should be in ice palace after this.
Because it's the one place we can do right now where we don't orphan anything, and it doesn't get that much faster. The only thing that could get faster is the boss fight.
Yeah, one argument is that you could do pyramid, mushroom, catfish, and then NMG ice palace entry.
Okay, that's fair. But then if you had 2 red crystals to do pyramid fairy, oof, but you don't. And we don't die here, please.
No, we don't die here.
Oh god, that was so close. It looks worse than it is because of the 20% increase in speed.
Yeah. Oh, okay, flute.
Okay.
That does give you options.
Do you activate flute?
Well, see, here's the thing. If you activate flute, the first thing you are doing is gotta be Mire, right? Like, if you're gonna do ice first, you should just go to ice. In fact, that's definitely what I'm doing. Is I'm going to ice and I'm taking the whirlpool to activate the flute.
Like, if you think what's fastest, is probably to go to ice and mirror and take the whirlpool and go to CAC this way.
That is 100% what I'm doing in this route.
Is it fast? Is it faster though than
what?
Then save quitting here to Sank to activate flute and flute to Ice Palace?
I think it's faster, yeah.
I don't think it's that much slower. Because I don't know. I understand why you don't go to ice here. Immediately.
What? Why?
Because you might get a sword in my area.
Okay, so you're saying, yeah. So that's.
And this really isn't that much slower than taking the whirlpool. Like I think you're right, and it's slower, but
here's the thing. I agree with you that if you're gonna activate flute, you should go to Mire first. I think doing this and then fluting to ice is wrong.
Yeah, because why are you activating the flute? Yeah, absolutely.
But the concern with going to Mire area is if Mire is Bombos and you look at your equipment,
you don't go in.
In logic, you don't go in.
Then we check your board, and then we go to ice.
Okay, we don't have to make this decision, but I think that's. I think that you should have been in ice first, so that you can go into Mire when you come here. Because like once ice is clear,
you got the mountain.
Are you going? Yeah. So you're still not going into Mire. You're still checking this and then leaving.
No, like I think
I'm going in with hammer. I'm doing a really miserable hammer vidi fight.
Oh yeah.
With my bottles, like that's what I'm doing if I
Same.
could.
Like we have.
Which is why I'm going to ice first. So
we have beer now, which doesn't do anything.
It does absolutely nothing. You can't do anything with it.
And here we are actually buying potions to do these horrible dungeons.
Yeah.
I get that.
Might have been 3 red goose then, if he just drank one of them. Oh no, it was 2 red goose and an empty.
Yeah, so the bonus of activating fluid first is that you can actually get potions for ice.
Yeah.
So
But
the spoiler log
I'm
race.
unconvinced. I'm unconvinced that the blue potion is of any value in this situation.
Yeah, that's fair.
As in, like, literally, it's of no value over a red.
No, I think like, the more we think about it here, the more obvious it is that going to ice first is what you should have done, because you gain nothing from delaying it. Even if you could have gone into Mire, you would have had to do bowless Viti with Fire Sword.
Yeah, which is much worse than the Cold Stare fight you're delaying.
Exactly. It's things like that that's so hard to make in the moment when you're surprised by an item.
Yeah, that's why my big thing is I think it's always worth thinking about what you're missing, and if it shows up, where are you going next?
Yeah.
Like, if we get the rods right now, where are we going? Are we going to TR or not? Like, does that change our route? Are we going up the mountain? If Ether shows up, am I doing that? Like, what will send me where? Because you have all of Ice Palace to do that. To spend your time thinking about that. You have a solid 3 minutes to plan your next step.
Exactly. And we also saw PH did not hit the switch here, which is correct when you have Samaria and the big key.
But he's on the hook shot, which I think is slower than just bombing the floor.
I never measured it, but I think you're right.
It's gotta be, right? You gotta.
I don't know. I'm not measuring it.
Okay, fair enough.
It's what everyone has done since the dawn of time. We hook clip.
Yeah, except I don't. I bomb the floor.
Okay. Now we have found Quake. Is that it?
That, I believe, is it.
I think
in
was
not
there
even any small? There's a hair small.
It's a Hera small. Okay.
Which, you know,
And
that is exactly what we're looking for out of here.
We took an unfortunate hit there. Puts it as not Oko, but close. No, wait. We have red
on
mail.
red mail.
Is that two Co?
And 3
Co.
2 hearts per. Like, we're fine. We have 3 hits in the tank and plenty of potions.
So next move has to be the mountain, right? Or are you going into pod in this situation? We got the big key to pod, no bow.
I think the mountain is where you... Ooh, this is getting a little spooky.
Yeah,
it's really hard when Cold Stare's 20% faster.
Yeah, PS should really slow down his game for this fight. Like, if you're not talking about execution, like, I think there's a practice to be had here with the hammer cold, because this takes way too long.
Yeah,
I think. There's just too many hammer shots that are missing. The hammer hitbox is so wonky. You can be so far away at certain angles that you just have to learn that with execution or with practice.
I feel like I have a much better time if I'm hammering with my sword out to the right. That's where I'm sort of looking to hit it, and like I'm standing up left from the puffs.
Yeah, I stand up left too. That's the best angle to hit them from. than like
I don't know
anything
if
on the
sort
right
out
side.
actually matters, but it makes me feel better.
I don't do sort outs actually. I feel like I move too slowly. I need to be able to move away quickly. So what are we doing, PH?
We got dead rocked, so we're despawning them.
That's right. Okay. Is this going to be Quake? Like, I think it doesn't really matter if it's Quake or Bombos. It's still very attractive to go in.
Yeah, but I mean, you don't want to go in before doing the rest of the mountain.
When you say the rest of the mountain, do you include Hera Basement?
So that probably not, because I'm doing Hera Basement into Spike Cave here, and obviously Spike Cave is precluded from going into TR.
Yeah. And this is sort of the awkward thing with Spike Cave. Like, you didn't do it earlier, and now you can't do it before TR. Okay, we just find a pig. You know, I mean, you could have done it before TR, but you don't.
But I mean, no, it would have just been a thing you could have done at any point in time, which is what it's been there, sitting there looming for a while.
Alright, so that's a good question from Darash. If you check Super Bunny and Hookshot K before TR, isn't it quicker to go into Darkhold from the south? And yes, it is. Because if you go to the Darkhold from this, like on the south portal, and climb up through Super Bunny, and check Hookshot Cave and mirror, you get an extra mirror transition, but you don't backtrack as much, and that actually is faster than the route PH took.
It's also better because it could have been Ether for TR.
That's right, and then he would have lost even more time.
And even more time if Ether was in one of these checks.
So yeah. Now, if you were going into TR first thing, before checking Super Bunny and Hookshot Cave, then PH's route would have been faster.
Right, and this is not the way to go, obviously.
So, can we spot the problem here?
I believe we have spotted the problem.
So worth noting right now is that one TR small is out of logic.
Right. Which means Laser Bridge is not in logic. Unless Lava Chest has a TR small. Which we'll never find out.
No, but you need 3 keys. No.
Nope.
No, if Lava Chest has a small, you just need 2 keys. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
Be logic. Wait.
Oh wait, we didn't have Red Mill.
What
a confusing sprite. I thought Cold Stare was hitting a little hard. I was a little confused, but maybe it is 2 hearts on blue and 1 heart on red. That might make sense.
So
Or is it?
I'm just thinking pod right now. The checks we can do.
What do you think about stealing this key here?
Stealing it?
As opposed to doing nothing with it. Not going for it at all.
That's right, because we're not gonna get Fire Rod and Ice Rod on Laser Bridge.
Probably not. And worst case scenario, if you do, you are mirroring, you are leaving Turtle Rock here at the big chest. You couldn't go back and get it. Like, it sucks, but
Mm.
Your risk is not having to redo the whole dungeon.
Yeah, I
And
like
then
it.
you do get some small value of you can mirror out from the stolen key back to Laser Bridge.
I
Or
like
not
it.
Laser Bridge, back to the big chest entrance.
I like it. And then if you happen to find the fourth key and you're in go mode, you can skip poke key altogether. Okay, dude. About that ice rod.
No, it'll be fine.
It's not gonna
It won't
happen.
show up.
Alright.
But you can also right now go get the poke key, and like that, I don't even know how much time that loses. Like it's probably not. It's probably a time loss, but like how much really?
Mm. Ice rod is just gonna be right side in the torches room.
No, game wouldn't do that.
Wouldn't. Alright, so in pod, while he's doing this dark room, I think we had 4 keys when we went up the mountain. Or did we have? Yeah. So then we could have done everything in there except 2 checks.
Or everything except boss and waited for a key.
Yeah, so we could have gotten 13 or 12 checks.
Yeah.
Instead of by doing that, we would delay the mountain. Would that have been an option? Is the mountain
definitely an option? The mountain is a big commitment. Like the mountain will have had progression, but the question is it gonna enable you to single dip pod? Is it gonna enable you to, like, if it doesn't enable you to do those things, then
you might have to double dip pod anyway.
yeah.
And we did end up getting like a pod small extra, so we can, and then we got desert big.
Okay.
Are we?
I don't like this. So there's a couple things I don't like. First off, I want to mention that if we had not done Spiral Cave, we could do it right there.
Yeah.
Like if we had chosen to do okay, everything about this is upsetting me.
Alright, so right now, if you want to go back into TR, you definitely don't take this portal.
Yeah. Yeah.
Now you take the top portal.
So now you take the top portal, but also
but that's a good question.
Like,
do you check torches here?
So I do, because I'm also probably going to loop this in with Hera Basement and Spike Cave.
Mm. So what would you? In what way would you have done this then?
So I would have mirrored out of the bottom of Laser Bridge.
Oh yeah, you can just do that and jump out.
If you can't just jump out. You need to death warp. But that's where the next step is. I would death warp in Spike Cave.
Right.
So like if I get Ice Rod here, I'm going to mirror out, run to Spike Cave, skip Hera Basement. Never do that. That check doesn't exist. Go do Spike Cave and then die.
Mm.
And then finish up TR.
Mm. I think
we have abandoned that portal idea completely.
Well, the portal is saved on on the other place. On the middle.
Yeah, it's just not worth caring about. Hey.
Wait, so
that's
it's funny.
No, that's in logic. That's all. Everything adds up.
Yeah, so now Desert Big is in logic as well.
Yeah.
Because Powder unlocks the 3rd TR small. I think PH just mirrored to leave and then realized, oh, torches after having mirrored. He probably would have gone out Laser Bridge if he had like not insta reacted.
I mean,
because it's just
is there. Why does that change what you would do? I feel like that makes it less less likely that you want to do a portal save of any sort.
Or rather, like he was leaving and just mirrored without thinking, oh, I can just leave through the exit here. That's what I mean. Like,
Yeah.
I think he realized after the fact.
Yeah. What do you think about doing skull here?
So we got Fire Rod. Skull is 3 items.
Yeah.
That we have to do.
Yeah.
Mire is 8 items. That's
Plus desert.
and Desert is 2 items.
Yeah.
And we still haven't done Spike Cave.
Yeah. Maybe we never will.
Maybe we never will. I
Except
do.
it has our bow.
I do think Skull first is the better choice here over Mire and Desert.
Where are our pendants?
We got Green Pendant Skull. Oh, you mean we could pull Ped? You mean, right? That's
we
not
already
happening.
checked Ped, never mind.
And we checked Ped.
Yeah, it's a Meyer small.
And
We don't ever need it. We just want to know it exists there. That's fine. So yeah, I guess skull here is fine.
And I think like there's a world where maybe you can skip items in Mire if like Bow is in Skullwoods or something.
Maybe it would need to be bow and Eastern big.
Like if you get Bow and you do Pod, you're gonna get a bunch of stuff. Maybe you're in GT mode.
I mean, we're still missing Eastern big, and
okay. Let me ask you then.
Is TR crystal or pendant? Do you remember?
Oh, we can just. You have the power of technology. It's a crystal.
Crystal. Okay. Then Myre's our last pendant. Mire and Pod.
I believe so. Yes. Mire and Pod.
So what were you gonna say?
I was gonna ask. So, does it matter which order you do this then? If you do Skull first or Mire Desert first? Unless like there's a Ped pull potential.
Yeah, without the Ped pull potential, it's probably this is probably the right order. Full clearing Skull is we're cleaning up what remains of Skull is probably just the least skippable of things.
It's also a fair point that Moth is easier than VT.
Yeah.
And you might get something to do Moth with, or VT with, in Skullwoods, I guess. This Skullwood's big key was Invu, for a Skullwood small. That's nice. Hey, now Moth is in Logic.
There we go.
Maybe, depending on maps.
Well, we can tell. It's not.
It's not. We're missing a map.
But I'm pretty sure we've skipped a map at least. But big value, we get to skip the pot key and the Gibdo key.
Oh, that's nice. 2 pot key skips for the price of 1. Hey, that's the 4th tier small. So your pokey skip would have paid out.
Yeah.
I like it.
Like even in the case where we're checking lava chest, it still would have paid out. Because I'm only going there once, and we're checking it to go there, or we're going there twice to check it.
Okay, this is.
I really like the hammer Moth from the top left, the same as I do Vidi puffs or old puffs.
You always want to be top left with a hammer. Although Moth here is being a bit of an asshole by occupying top left.
Yeah, but that's why if you do it right in the beginning, like if you're standing there waiting before the fight starts, like you knock Moth to the right side of the room, and you always hold the left side. You hold the high ground.
That's a good tip. Absolutely, you want to make sure he's pulled in that direction.
Okay, so I think there's no argument for anything aside from
You rush catfish.
yeah, exactly. It's the most in logic check that you have, so
The most no. Okay, so we got 4 bottles now. So right side asset is actually the most illogic.
I see.
It is definitely
Learning.
illogic now. And we're going straight in Maya first. Would you do this first, or because you save a mirror portal, or like a mirror transition by doing Maya first?
Yeah, I'm not on the hopium that you're gonna get the bow out of desert.
Bow or
Two
sword?
jacks in desert.
Yeah.
I'm not on the hopium.
You're not on the hopium?
No.
Okay.
Just you have potions.
I think that's fair.
Hammer Vidi is.
Do we have
actually
potions? I feel like we used a lot of potions.
That's might be true. If we don't have potions, then I maybe am a little more scared. But with potions, Hammer Vidi is really not bad.
Alright, so moving on quickly though, there's a Myers Small on Ped, right?
Yep.
So ph is just skipping the entire left side.
Yeah, I probably still just do Compass.
So what it means is, well, bow can't be on left side, I guess. Unless it's a second bow.
So first bow can't be on left side. Eastern big can be. GT big can be. Castle towers. We have our Castle Tower smalls. So we still don't have access to Castle Tower.
Interesting.
Doing the second, I think, is wrong. And I'm definitely skipping cutscene chest here.
Yeah. Hello, hunting fish. The interrogation is ongoing.
What do you think about skipping cutscene?
I love it.
Okay, yeah.
I mean, you need like 6 smalls for this to be in logic, and we never find more than 3.
Oh yeah, and key drop for sure.
No, it just feels like even when you have 3 keys, it's not a guaranteed thing that's gonna be anything here.
No, but I mean, right now we know exactly what's locking us from logical access. It's a pod small and a bow.
Yeah,
will give us logical access to left side. But I'm still not interested. Like either the pod small can easily just be in GT, and you're never gonna need it.
Yeah. So far, this is coming up pretty dry.
Yeah, extremely dry.
I would probably use cane on those spikes.
Oh, you have powder.
Oh, true.
And like your magic's actually useless here, so I don't know.
The key to swamp. All right, so here,
Excellent.
if you want to save optimally, like 3 frames, it's actually faster to dash here all the way down to when you start poking out the bridge, and then drop off if you have boots. Then to drop off immediately.
Did you feel bad the moment you started saying what you said?
No. I just assumed everyone wants to know these things. Because of the diagonal scroll, you saw the diagonal scroll lasts until here. You want to maximize the time you spend diagonal scrolling, or minimize the time you don't. And that's about the halfway point. Does that make sense?
Oh, it makes sense.
Yeah.
It's just you started your statement with if you want to save 3 frames.
Well, optimally, if you do it right. It might actually be more than 3, but no more than like 6.
We did not preserve Spooky somewhere along the way.
Yeah, so PH used the lamp in torches
Oh, okay. Yeah.
because he was slow in magic.
Yeah.
And now we don't have Spooky, and we're sad.
So definitely powder something, please. You can do it at the top. That's fine.
I believe in PH. See, Plasma Snake says this play will drastically improve their knowledge, so learning has occurred.
Yeah. Here we go.
Ah, yes.
No.
That's
Don't like.
I like it. You get more health, although you're pretty much guaranteeing to have a death revive here.
Yeah. That's what I don't like. I don't think you needed to guarantee that. I think that Hammer Vidi is... Yikes. I think Hammer Vidi is fine. Like, you just get in the goo and you just bop away.
I think that's a required practice session you need to have with yourself at some point. Like you can't use
like.
I think so.
I actually don't agree. I think that like it's just something you need to know exists. Like you don't need to practice it. You just do it. It's really easy. Having seen someone do it, I went and did it, and it's like, oh yeah, you're standing in the goo and you're immune to damage as long as you're not literally standing on an eyeball.
No, I get it. I wouldn't feel comfortable pulling it out in a race unless I've just tried it once before in a comfortable setting or like in a non-important race.
No races are important.
Hot take right here. Nothing ever matters. Okay, now we're getting down to awkward mode. Okay, so everybody needs to learn Telethar strat.
Yeah, my strat. I invented it. I surely didn't see many people do this first and then just...
So the strat is like you stand up here against the wall and the hitbox for the goo is...
Oh no, not that one. Oh, you can't do that without the bow.
Wait, or what do you mean? That's the bow strat, yeah.
Yeah, that's the bow. The hammer strat, you literally just stand in the goo and just spam hammers.
Oh yeah, so you're doing like Master Sword spins, but not spins, you use the hammer.
Yeah.
Right.
Just bop away at the eyeballs.
Okay. See, I'm learning. I'm learning here.
Yeah.
PA should learn. I might just go and learn in a prac hack after this session.
Yeah, it's really easy. Like if you've seen it done, it's not hard. Like because you're just standing in the goo and you're immune to damage as long as you're literally not standing on an eyeball, just like you're doing spins. But
Shovel? I hardly knew her.
But yeah, with this equipment, if you powdered that fairy, you eat it, you're full health. You can easily get most of the eyeballs done, and then you just pop a potion and you finish off the fight. What do you think about Landmo before Desert Big?
Love it.
I don't know if I agree. Realistically, what can land mode give you that you're not doing Desert Big here?
Yeah, in this particular seed, you probably never. You're probably checking
right
big chest.
Here, right?
Yeah.
Right here, he mirrored in front of Desert left side, so it's faster to go in there. But
No, I think you checked the big chest in this one. We're still missing Eastern Big, a bow, Ice Rod,
GT Big.
GT Big. We got the
Sword.
2 Castle Towers balls.
Yeah, and a sword. Still, we still don't have access to get into Castle Tower.
So we need 5 items to go on. Yeah.
By the way, that early game scout of lumberjack item really not playing out.
Yeah.
When we're an hour 30 in and we still don't have access to the dungeon. So yeah, going back, almost for sure going to do Desert Big, and then probably off to do
Podders? Do you do shovel before podders?
I do shovel before pod.
It's not in logic, probably.
It's probably in logic.
Hold on. Let me scroll back. We can actually check these things now. To Meyer. Okay, we have
both.
We have both. Okay, it is in logic. I'm sorry. Okay, I check shovel first.
Okay. All right. Well.
Still shovel first, right?
Still shovel first. We're still missing our bow out of Spike Cave.
That's right, Spike Cave bow. Is this gonna be a pod small? You know that.
No, it's definitely not the pod small.
Okay.
GT.
PA says no to shovel, and we disagree. I mean, shovel is a check that could cost you time if you hit go mode in pod.
Go mode in pod involves a sword, a bow, an ice rod, and a GT Big.
I guess GT mode more so. So you need bow and ice rod for GT mode, right?
Yeah.
Does it matter if you do shovel before or after pod, Easton? If
you don't have the bow.
If shovel is the bow, then it matters.
Or the ice rod. If you're not gonna full clear pod.
But yeah. And then there's also the risk that you convince yourself you don't check shovel after pod Easton because you found the ice rod or something.
Yeah, I'm not
saying you should, I'm just saying
I'm not convinced that that's a risk that you should factor in.
Okay, you find the bow in pod. Okay. Whatever. Okay, what's in Spike Cave now? Is it still a bow?
This is the ice rod.
So what's the correct route in pod now?
I'm not doing this chest at all. I mean, not at all, but I'm going to do big key chest. There's shooter room, big key chest, Stalfos room, right side, boss, and then re-enter and get bridge and go to the back.
Because we have all the keys we need.
Right, this double dips the bridge.
Yeah, so...
And you're mirroring out of right side. Like, it just is a little bit sloppy.
And now we're doing boss first this way, so...
Unless you're going to skip the back completely, which...
Is there a way you can skip the back? If you find Ice Rod...
If you find Ice Rod, you are in GT mode.
And you should skip the back, because you only need GT big for go mode.
And sword.
There's a sword somewhere, come on.
Roger that. Yeah, in pod, there's a sword.
It's a sword in pod.
Yeah, no, I mean, I don't know I don't know about the answer to that. That like, there's gonna be 10 more checks in pod. There's not that. There's 20 checks in GT, but like, that's only 50% more. Or 100% more checks. 50% the checks in pod. Like, not unreasonable that your GT bigs in here, and like getting back here sucks. So I don't know what the answer is.
Back of pod it's a lot of time.
Back of pod's also a very dense location.
It's gonna be full of like the 2 maps we're missing. Probably not.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know. I just hope we don't find Ice Rod here. Okay. As long as we don't find an Ice Rod before clear pod.
Do you do Eastern first?
No. That's what was it you said? Hopium? I don't have that hopium, but PH does.
Nothing but 2 maps and 3 swords, yeah.
We don't. Yeah, I guess we need one of those 3 swords. So it feels like PH is definitely on the train of thought that if you find Ice Rod, you just go to GT here.
Yeah, I think that if you're going back into pod on Ice Rod, then this is objectively the wrong decision.
Hmm. But I kind of like if you want to rush GT, use Orphan as much as possible in pod. Maximum gain.
Yeah, I think that I think that I would have probably orphaned a little less, even if I was going to.
Yeah,
Right,
you would have done full right side, like you said.
Yeah, right. I've gotten big key chest in Stalfo's basement instead of the bridge chest, and right side, and it would have cost me an extra 20 seconds, 30 seconds, maybe a little more. So, any chance you don't go back into pod here? Those arrows ruined him. He saw the arrows and he wanted to shoot the high gore and then get the arrows. It's just
that room is funny. I mean, I probably would have full clear pod before Eastern.
Yeah, but I mean, you get given this situation here,
and then go back in.
Chance you go back to pod, yeah. I think so, but you do have Pyramid Fairy, Pyramid Catfish, Spike Cave, Shovel, Terra Basement, Swamp.
I hate all of it.
Oh, also, we know where our 6th pod small is.
Yeah, it's locked behind another sword.
Yeah.
Alright, now, like...
No, this is wrong. This is just wrong.
This is objectively wrong.
Yeah. You should go do big key chest first.
Big key chest, drop down to Stavros' room and take this portal. Yeah. Maybe there's some thinking here following the bow checks or something, but no, don't do that this late in the game. Like, I feel like this late in the game you use full clear efficiently. There's no more logic to read. Really.
Yeah.
If that was the case.
Yeah, no, I think this is just wrong. I don't think it was there was a thought behind this play.
I would do the back before the 2 in the front.
Yeah, at this point, though.
Nice stair. Extension.
Yeah, the Stairmaster.
Wait, that's the big key.
Yeah. It's weird how that can happen.
We were meant to find the Ice Rod first.
So this means we're go moding GT.
Unless we need a sword.
Oh.
You just do the climb immediately, even if you need a sword.
No.
How much of the basement do you do?
All of it until you get a sword.
Even tile room?
No.
You do everything except tile room.
Yeah.
I think that's the going rate.
You don't need to do tile room because you only need the 1 sword. Like, you need the 1 sword, so like...
We can skip 2 bad checks and find a sword in the 3rd good check.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But like you do have pyramid, fairy, pyramid, which I guess you at that point, if you're in GT mode, you'll do that after Aga. Or you do pyramid right after, you know. But though we still can't get into pyramid or into Aga.
It's time to shock. Like, okay, if Ice Rod was on Lumberjack, would you shock block?
No, I can't, so I wouldn't.
No, like it would be a play.
Are we doing Swamp Big? Or no, we're doing Pyramid Fairy without doing Shovel. Why do we hate the Shovel?
All right, so just to reiterate what you have left here, we still got Spike Cave. It's been available.
Has our Ice Rod and Sword.
We got Shovel from InLogic VT. And, well, we got 3 checks here on the Pyramid and the Catfish.
And a Lava Chest.
We got Lava Chest and Hera Basement and Swamp Big.
Ooh, lovely.
Apart from the fact you would have done Spike Cave already, what do we prioritize here? Like Pyramid Fairy and Pyramid is nice, but Shovel first?
So the problem with Pyramid Fairy Pyramid first is you still want to do Aga. Like you want to get into and do those 2 checks in Aga Tower, and the best time to do that is with the bomb, which we can't do right now. We can't combine right now.
It's incredibly frustrating.
Delaying, I would have delayed it at least until Shovel. Probably that's it. Probably not gonna go at this point. Not gonna go do Spike Cave.
No, you waited for too long.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What do you think?
Yeah, I'm with you. Can't critique that. Shovel first is just easy to do.
Yeah, I don't know how much time it costs you really if you go do the roundabout.
It's that the bomb is much slower than the Shovel. Sure, you get 3 checks, but you know you only need 1 check to be efficient in Castle Tower afterwards. We got frame ruled or something, I think.
Yeah.
There's like one frame out of a bunch of frames where you actually lose the bomb if you do it correctly.
Yeah, pain.
So now this was definitely not faster.
I don't think that you take that into account.
No. PH knows we're messing around. It was a very good bomb run otherwise. Like, I liked it. And now we're too scared, so we walk.
Yeah, once bitten, twice shy.
Alright, so my pet peeve. Everyone drops the bomb here in the middle.
Yeah.
You're wasting frames.
How far right can you drop it?
So you can drop. Okay, let me. Can I step back here?
Just draw me a virtual bomb.
Yeah, I might. But a pause might be better. Alright, so I overshot it. But as long as some part of the bomb is across this vertical dark line, if I think 2 pixels of the bomb needs to be across this line, and you will bomb open this wall. So, you know that's a whole bunch of distance. You carry the bomb extra for no reason. Think of the frames. And the bonus is if you don't have boots, the bomb is actually placed so far to the right you can stand in front of the entrance.
Okay, we actually kind of need that key. But I guess we can get it after Castle Tower.
Wait. Why do we need a key?
Because we'd only have one GT key.
Oh no. There's gonna be
actually,
keys
there's nothing
in
in
GT.
GT. No, the GT's empty. Never mind. We don't need it.
Oh yeah, we can go mode in GT. Never mind.
Yeah.
We don't need that key. So, will PH pick it up?
Probably not. Maybe he's cognizant that he needs no keys. I guess it has to be a GT key, huh?
Or a pod small? No, we know where
No.
it is. Okay, yeah.
Yeah. It's just the GT key. It's the only keys remaining.
Mm. Because we just found ice small.
So this is not.
Oh yeah, the third Myers small is on ped. PH checked that against our will.
Yeah, I'm not opposed to doing a ped check like as much as you are, but I was opposed to doing it there.
Mm.
I like if it's convenient when you're doing skull, I think it's fine.
Oh yeah, definitely. So we didn't find ice rod. And now we start to sweat, right?
Well,
is it in lava chest?
So what are you looking at now? You're looking at after this. You're probably going catfish, yeah. Though you don't really need to.
Are you going catfish?
Probably should. You PH is probably going catfish here. I don't think you need to because you have mirror and Aga portal. Like you could just do it later.
Mm.
But what are your options? You have Hair Basement, you have Spike Cave, you have Shovel, which Shovel's probably your best option. Swamp, Big Chest, and Lava Chest.
Hera Basement.
Yeah.
Alright, so
1, 2, 3,
do you last locate
4,
lava
5,
chest?
6. I think that depends on how you feel like the seed's gone overall. Because I think that is a last. I think you can be comfortable assuming that no one's going to like do that well, right? Like to have had the fourth TR key going in there, because that means you had to fake powder and then get your key out of pot. I think it was. So if it's in lava chest, your opponent has to pull that trigger to go back. And do you need to make up time by skipping it, like by doing it earlier, or do you need to not?
No, don't do it. Don't do it. Oh.
We are getting our GT key that we were go moding the dungeon of. And yeah, so we're going to catfish here, but this check never was going to get any better basically from a save and quit. Like could have easily done it after Spike Cave. But I mean, it is just, I don't know how much you like at this point. You should probably just try and prioritize the fastest check. It's sort of, your optimal strategy.
Sword on catfish. Yeah, so shovel and then
Nope. Spike first for our Ice Rod go mode.
Hmm.
I'm just saying I would have been here 27 years ago.
You could have single dipped Ice Palace. Or TR.
Yeah.
If it is here.
When it's here, yeah.
Okay, yeah. Got it.
Yeah.
We're doing hair basement first. Or I guess.
Yeah. Air basement. Okay, so we have to wait, a minute for PH to get his compass to.
And the minute is over. Let's go. Okay. Well, got a sword.
Out of our last 5 checks, we've got 3 swords.
That's hilarious. Let's see how much Telethar outrouted us all by doing Spike Cave before Spiral Cave.
Instead, in lieu of
Oh no. Telethar in shambles.
shambles, honestly.
Now you have
So
to.
it looks like we're setting up to last locate.
No.
Bounce.
Right.
Okay.
Oh, to Link's house, I guess.
It's probably faster than remirroring and then fluting. Maybe. I actually don't know if that's true.
If this is the Ice Rod, you would have been sword go mode with all swords outside of GT.
Yeah. But it's not.
It's not. So, okay, it's fine. Whatever. This is Lava Chest.
Yeah.
Like, I feel if you're gonna gamble Lava Chest, you do it way early. So now you're just last locationing it for sure. Which I would do probably. 9 times out of 10. I also would have like gotten that powder and then my small, not the other way around.
Which wouldn't have changed anything, yeah.
No, exactly. True. But I wouldn't have been able to even consider save scumming a key for Lava Chest.
Mm-hmm.
Oh. Hmm?
Do you remember where the swamp pig was?
No.
Okay.
Let's check if it's there.
Right. Only if it's there.
You want to check even if it's not there?
Maybe.
Okay. It's not there.
Alright, well. Where was... And the 4th TR key was in pod? Is that correct?
I think so, yeah.
Okay.
We can check where the swamp pig was.
Not very binary of you. Search.
No, I'm sorry. Okay, no, the 4th TR small was in back of skull.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Behind
Okay.
fire rod.
That one's locked by the fire rod, which was in TR. So.
The swamp pig is in Meyer.
Okay.
And now we're going to.
So both of those were required double dips.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, he did not have 4 smalls going into TR. He had 3.
Fast forward.
Yeah.
Yeah. So.
No, he had
Fire
2,
rod.
but found 1. I think. No.
He had 3 going in, and found the powder, which put his 3rd in logic.
Yep, that's right. Hilarious, Ice Rod.
But the fire rod was on Mimic Cave, so like there's a world where you you would need to have tried to scum your thing to get that ice rod and then said, oh okay, I guess I don't, and then you get your TR key out of Skull Woods and you say, oh okay, great, now I can go back, but like otherwise, aside from scumming that chest, you're going to late locate it.
Yeah. And the reason he had 12 items on the track was that he just didn't track the item count in TR at that point. But yeah, I think we're done with routing. Now it's just the end, the GT climb.
Do you open for silvers?
No,
You don't open any of the checks for silvers?
I don't know. I just feel so hopium.
You have what?
20.
4 out of 27?
Yeah. It saves like what? 30 seconds?
Alright, so it saves 30 seconds for 4 out of 27 chance. And what's it cost you? How long to open?
It takes so long to open.
And it is a Keysanity mode, so it actually does take longer.
We have found every key. Almost.
Not every map, every compass
The only key we could find on the top is like a G2 small.
to this dungeon, yeah.
I don't know.
I think it's probably worth opening them, but
Like you can also
Maybe.
consider a gamble that, or like your opponent is gonna open them and waste, 10 seconds. So if you don't open them, you're gonna save 10 seconds over your opponent.
yeah.
Versus on the off chance that they actually get paid out, they're gonna save 30 seconds on a Ganon fight minus your time for opening chests. I don't know, it just doesn't feel worth it if you are on Gold Sword. But
Does it feel worth it if you're on Tempered Sword?
no.
Okay, I was gonna say like those two are actually objectively the exact same in terms of silver. Like, right? Like, there's some argument if you don't have great execution on the Ganon fight that the Gold Sword is nicer for 1-1, but
Yeah.
it saves 0 time in phase 4,
Yeah.
regardless of your execution.
I mean, if I was on Master Sword, 100% I would open all 4 chests.
Oh yeah.
But then
I
you're
mean,
also
if I'm a
looking for
Master Sword,
swords.
I might go do Hope into Torch.
Really?
If I'm a Master Sword Silverless, yeah.
Yeah.
And I've full cleared the game, like
That's a lot of time to save.
yeah.
Because I think it's like 1.5 minutes going from Master Sword to Tempered Sword alone in the Ganon fight.
Sounds believable.
I did
guessed
it
a
this
little more.
morning. I did this morning.
Right.
So that's why I know. I mean, it depends on your execution and how well it goes and so. But the ballpark figure is 1.5 minutes. Yeah. Should we summarize the seed?
Yeah.
I got some notes. We did an early Eastern double dip, or like PH forced himself into a double dip early before doing Castle and South Shore. When he could have just done those things and then double dip Eastern anyway, because that's how the seed turned out. But it would have been a better choice. And we spent
Could have worked out better, yeah.
Yeah, we spent 35 seconds doing a hula hand, only to find 300 rupees in our next check. When we were 70 rupees away from Sora.
Yeah.
And we need to practice hammer VT, all of us. And hammer cold stare, apparently.
Hammer Cold Stare, you need to practice. Hammer Vidi, you need to do once, and then it's like you certainly could practice it, but you need to do it once and then see how the fight vaguely looks. Like, it's doing it vaguely correct is easier than doing good Vidi fight with like a tempered sword.
Mm. And then we had there was a bunch of discussion about the early Dark World routing. That it's hard to summarize, but sequencing of things in the West Dark World, it's hard. It's the consensus there, and we can all do a better job. I think.
So what? How much punish do you think getting that myths late would have been?
Yeah, we forgot about that completely. Myths in Thieves Town Big Chest with Thieves Small in Hype Cave.
Yeah. If you start in Vu, you're orphaning Thieves Town Big. When do you get back to that?
Where was the flute?
Swamp. Boss.
And I was trying to think of where progression was. Like,
Bow was in pods. You're gonna get Bow.
what's gonna happen is, yeah, you're gonna go to pod early, get the bow and DT big. You're gonna go to catfish and get a sword. So you're gonna be on Master Sword for all your Dark World dungeons. And it, PhD didn't skip any check because this was Lava Chest Seed.
Yeah.
So I don't think it would have mattered, honestly.
Yeah.
It is my hypothesis.
Yeah, it's actually pretty funny that orphaning myths and last locating them in Thieves Town Big Chest actually really wouldn't have been that painful.
Yeah. You would have gotten your sword early, and that would have saved time on several bosses.
Yeah.
GG's to PH.
GG's. Do we know what the result was? This was a
This was a
pretty
tournament
rough seed.
race from.
I feel like if I had to guess this, who's the opponent is the first question.
The what was that time? Yeah, PH defeats Kvestoffer Warken at 204.47.
Yeah, I think that's probably it. PH is a stronger player.
Yeah.
Type of.
Yeah, out executed, and they just routed better in general, probably.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, there was also, PH was not far from death on a number of occasions. He had safeties, he used them well, but a weaker player could easily have had significant struggles in this seed.
Oh yeah, yeah.
With the swords being where they were. Joe. I think there was a lot of potential time saves, and even if you end up full clearing the seed. But this seed did kind of suck in the sense that, like,
you got to go more GT.
Yeah.
And in the end,
but
isn't
aside
that
from that,
what it's all about?
No, because now your collection rate's so low.
Your collection rate sucks. Sure. Yeah.
It's embarrassing.
Wait, where did he say that? Oh no, it doesn't matter what he says. The Silver Star, we know they're in GT. No.
Yeah, if he doesn't. This in Dorando they say a top GT, but in here they don't.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
When am I gonna get my chance to pick my name? I'm getting concerned.
Pick your name.
Yeah, Discord. The name picking is going.
Oh no.
Yeah. You'll be okay.
I think so.
I'm maybe okay. A little less confident, but hopefully. What a scary setting. Or what a scary timeline if you have to change your name.
Is Ada number, I guess. I mean, you still have server display names. I don't care. It's just worse for people where the name matters. I think. Like, I heard the argument that if you're like a big famous person, wait, I forgot what the argument was. You could hide behind your numbers. Like, you could have your name, but like 4396.
Yeah.
And now, and no one could know who you are, but you could still be on the server with your correct name. Like, you wouldn't get just random messages from people. And now, if you want to have the correct name, well, either it's just an imposter, or you have to deal with all of the spam you're getting from randos.
Yeah, I'm not sure that's really a thing, because like,
But that's the only thing I heard.
It's not like these big famous people aren't on a big server. I could find any big famous person if I just join servers that they're likely to be on. They'll be there. And then I know their numbers. But it's more just a concern of like, someone's gonna snipe their name. And now now you have to be Shroud 4678 instead of, just being able to have your name. That's annoying.
Well, hope you get your name.
Me too. I'm worried for Andy. I don't have a lot of hope for Andy.
I don't have hope for Andy. Maybe he's already picked. I don't know.
I'm going to check that now, actually.
But before we get off track too much, any last thoughts before I raid us somewhere?
No.
I think PH did a pretty good job.
Yeah.
We both had thoughts.
One thought I did have is just in general, I think that probably someone should sign up for one of these things before their seed. Like, commit to this seed's going to be a reviewed seed before it, because like, otherwise we're going to mostly get troll seeds. Like, yeah, this ice rod and lava chest was silly and we full cleared the game, but like, that's not necessarily like the type of seeds we're going to get are not necessarily representative of like actually playing the game. This is like, yeah, how could I have routed this troll seed? Like, well, you can't. It's a troll seed. That's like, it's gonna get you.
That's also another category where you feel like you played well and you still lost by 10 minutes. And like, what happened?
Yeah, no, that's fair.
Or similar scenarios. It doesn't have to be troll seeds. Or shouldn't be troll seeds, really. Just complicated seeds where like, oh, there was interesting decision making here. I felt I did well. Yeah. I don't know. But yeah, I think it's a good suggestion to pre-commit.
There's value in like, hey, my next AD keys race or my next cross keys race, I want that one to be looked at. That's what I think will be like, without knowing ahead of time how it's going to look. And like, if it's super boring and linear, you could just say, oh, never mind, cancel. It wasn't worth looking at. But but yeah.
Okay. Yeah. This was fun. Thank you, Telethar. This was great. I learned things.
I learned where to place the bomb.
Yeah. I hope the viewers learned things. And we'll see if we get another submit, and we can do this again later this week, maybe. We'll see.
Yeah. Thanks, Mike.
We're gonna rate homemade beer. Bye, PH. He's waving to us. Alright, see you guys around.